On the outskirts of Jaipur, there lived a potter named Arun. He stayed in a small clay house by a dusty red road that led to the riverbank. The house was empty of riches, only shelves of pots, bowls, and plates he had shaped by hand, standing quietly around the yard, like old friends. People often saw Arun sitting beneath the tamarind tree, his hands shaping clay while his feet pressed the spinning wheel in rhythm. As the clay rose into form, he would hum ancient songs melodies that only the elders still remembered. Everyone in the village liked him, not because his pottery was perfect, but because his smile never faded, not in rain, not in heat, not even when his pockets were empty. One dry afternoon, when the wind carried dust from the desert, a man in a white robe appeared at Arun's workshop. He called himself a wanderer in search of peaceful souls. "I've heard," the man said, "that you are the calmest man in this village. I want to offer you a chance." Arun paused his work, wiped the sweat from his forehead, and looked at the man curiously. "A chance for what?" he asked. "3 teapots," said the stranger, "one made of gold, one of silver, and one of humble clay. Inside one of them lies your heart's deepest desire. The other 2 are empty." Arun laughed. "I make dozens of teapots every day. None of them has ever held what my heart desires. Maybe this time is different." The man smiled. "Choose one." 3 teapots were placed on the table. The first gleamed in the sunlight pure gold, dazzling to the eyes. The second was silver, carved with delicate floral patterns. The third was small, rough, with a crack running along its side, as if it might break at any moment. Arun studied them for a long time. Then he gently lifted the clay teapot with both hands. "Why this one?" asked the traveler. "Because I've made thousands like it with my own hands," Arun replied. "I know that even when it looks plain, it can still hold water, still serve someone in need. The simplest things last the longest." He opened the lid. Inside nothing. No tea, no fragrance, no magic, just emptiness. The traveler watched him closely, waiting for a sign of disappointment. But Arun only smiled, pretending to pour invisible tea into an old clay cup, and lifted it to his lips. "You're not disappointed?" the traveler asked. Arun shook his head, his voice calm. "When I was young, I dreamed of gold, of customers lining up, of endless praise. But I learned that the greatest gift is waking up each morning, feeling the clay beneath my hands, hearing the river breeze, and knowing I'm still alive. You say this pot is empty, but it holds my peace." The traveler was silent. Then he opened the other 2 pots. The golden one overflowed with shining coins. The silver one released the scent of tea. And inside, a vision appeared, a young, strong, radiant Arun, smiling with the pride of youth. "You could have had all this," the traveler said softly. "Wealth, youth, fame." Arun gazed at his younger self for a long moment. Then he gently set the silver pot down. "I once was that man," he said quietly, "but that man never knew what peace meant. He only chased what he didn't have, never seeing what he did. Now I am old, but I've learned how to sit still without feeling empty, and that no teapot can ever brew, except time itself." The wind stirred. Tamarind leaves fell, landing softly on the cracked clay pot. The traveler bowed slightly, his eyes filled with understanding. "You chose well," he whispered. Aaron smiled. "It wasn't the teapot I chose correctly, it was the way to live." Evening descended. The traveler left in the fading sunlight. Aaron returned to his workshop, rekindled the fire, and shaped another teapot, still rough, still simple, still imperfect. When he placed it on the shelf, he touched its mouth gently and murmured, "Thank you for reminding me. Happiness doesn't live in a full pot, but in the hands that cherish even an empty one." Outside, the Yamuna River glimmered beneath the sunset. Temple bells echoed faintly across the village, and in the potter's humble kiln, smoke rose into the golden sky, soft as steam, warm as the heart of a man who had learned to be at peace. If this story touched your heart, give it a like, share it, and subscribe, because maybe, just maybe, one quiet minute today could be the first small step toward the greatest change in your life.